Proposals notifying your creditors that you have enrolled in our debt management plan are sent out only when your first payment is received. Most proposals are accepted by your creditors. We have years of experience in working with creditors and know what kind of payments are possible on a debt management plan. Our counselors have to be very careful to balance your need for a low payment with the creditor's requirements for a payment that is sufficient and will retire your debt in a reasonable period of time. As a result, most proposals are accepted, but on occasion we do receive a rejected proposal. This usually happens because the balance information we had on your creditor statement was incorrect and your true balance is somewhat higher. Often this occurs because of interest, late fees, or other fees that have been added to your account since the information on your statement. If the balance information was not accurate, then the payment we proposed may not be sufficient. Most creditors will respond with a counteroffer, usually a fairly slight increase, in order to meet their requirement. If we are notified of this, we will contact you and let you know that the creditor is requiring an increase. You have a choice whether or not to make that increase, but please note if you're unable to make the increase, you probably will not receive any benefits on that account regarding reduced interest, waived fees, and so on. So it's important to make every effort possible to make the increase requested to best retire your debt as quickly as possible. Some other less common reasons proposals might be rejected are because your account is too new and was opened fairly recently. In this case, most creditors will accept a proposal in the future, and we simply have to wait a few months and try again. Sometimes the budget information that you have provided us is not satisfactory to the creditor. Sometimes the budget information that we provide the creditor seems to reflect a surplus amount available, and the creditor feels you can afford a higher payment. Sometimes the budget appears to the creditor as if you do not have sufficient funds to make the payment proposed. If this occurs, we will work with you to work out a budget that's more acceptable to your creditor. Proposals are sometimes also rejected because there are other accounts that you have open that were not included on the plan. Not all creditors will reject proposals for this reason, but there are some creditors who do require that nearly all or all of your accounts you have open be included on the debt management plan. Some creditors believe if they're being asked to help you in your efforts to get out of debt, other creditors should be included too. The final reason creditors are sometimes rejected is because your account has been sent to collections or even a legal department. This does not mean the creditor will not work with us, but occasionally it means that proposals must be sent elsewhere or further efforts must be made to work with your creditors. Again, if any of these problems come up, we will notify you about your next step. Not all creditors respond to proposals. Many creditors believe that no news is good news, and if they accept your proposal, they will simply grant the concessions and you will see them on your monthly statements. Some creditors, however, will respond to both you and us. You may get letters from some of your creditors stating they have accepted our proposal. Don't worry if you don't receive an acceptance letter from every creditor. Many creditors do not send such letters. You will be able to tell whether your proposal has been accepted from your creditor statements, which we'll discuss in a moment. Remember that even if a proposal is accepted, that creditor concessions are voluntary. Creditors who reduce your interest, waive your fees, and re-age your accounts do so as a favor to you to assist you in your efforts in debt repayment. Remember that despite these voluntary creditor concessions, your original contract with the creditor is still in effect. Also, please note that any accounts that are not already closed will be closed once your creditor processes our proposal. Creditors are assisting you in getting out of debt, and closing your accounts is an important step towards debt freedom.